Hey, what's up, guys? I'm Brandon, and this is how you and I can deal with overthinking. So I've been quite a compulsive overthinker myself because I'm always doing projects, especially design projects, and then I'm always overthinking about these minute little details that may not even affect that overall big picture. So I don't believe there is a quick way to stop overthinking, but I do believe there is some ways for us to silence this overthinking mind so that we can actually sit down and do our best work. So the most important thing for us wherever we encounter that we are overthinking too much is to actually take a step back and look at the project and ask yourself what is the brief of this project, what is the main point, what is the focal point of this assignment. So then you will realize if you are actually going to the right direction or not, right? Like if you know that you are actually hitting what this assignment requires you of, then that's good. You can just keep going forward and try to finish the work first. Then after that, you can try to check and enhance it later. For those of you that's not going on the right direction, then it's good, right? You get this information early so that you actually stop and then you just you can sort of redo what you have done because you recognize early that you have been doing your work in the wrong direction, which is a good thing. So one example is that whenever I write an essay or I want to write a script for this YouTube channel, I would focus on the main point of the content or whatever things that I'm actually writing. And I will just write a very, very quick first draft first. Like no matter how bad the English, how bad the grammar, how bad the vocab is, I'll just write it down first. And after that, I will refer back again and then I'll check. So at least I have this completed draft, right? And then after that, what I need to do is just edit the essay and just change up the grammar and vocab of some of the words, and then the work will be done. So there is less overthinking involved in that whole process. Second point is to remind yourself that you have an actual deadline. So maybe you are a YouTuber, businessman, or someone that is sort of self-employed. So you may not actually have a deadline. But I think if you want to do your best work, all of us should have a deadline, even though it's not set by others. So let's just say all of us have a deadline here. And yeah, so I'm in the same boat also because I am actually quite a productive student in the sense that I am the type of guy that will put in the daily consistent work compared to my peers. So most design in the design school, most design students are going to be like, oh, there's a lot of time now, I can just relax, and then they'll just rush their work in at the last month or weeks before the submission period. For me, I like to do consistent daily effort, like whatever I can do to push the project forward, I will do it. But sometimes, even though I'm so sort of ahead of the curve, right, I still got my downfall because I got too caught up in those details. I tried to make my project too perfect, right? I tried to just dive too deep into those small little things that really stop my progress. So instead of getting to sleep at 12 a.m., sometimes because of my overthinking mind, I have to sleep at 3, 4 a.m. Worst case 6 a.m. because yeah, my dumbass is oh, I need to make this perfect. I need to make this look you get what I mean? Perfectionism is like the death of productivity. Yeah, so don't overthink too much and work towards a deadline. I'd rather you have not say incomplete, but I'd rather you have a half-assed completed work rather than a good incomplete work, if you know what I mean. And then one example is also I have this classmate, right? I think he's actually quite smart. He puts in quite a lot of effort. But his overthinking is worse than mine to a point that he keeps thinking about the design development, right? Thinking about how his form or how his design needs to be. So he keeps getting stuck in this stage and then he never actually produced the deliverables, the CAD drawings, the presentation board, the physical model. He didn't produce all of that. And at the end of the day, he has a good idea, but he has incomplete work. which automatically results to a fail, right? Because there's almost 0% chance you can get a pass if you have like an incomplete work. Which is so unfortunate, right? Because I really think that he's a smart lad, but he just wasted his potential because he just think too much and then there's too little action. Well, so finally there's some actionable steps for you guys that you can take so that you can get more clarity and get rid of this overthinking mind. So it can be as simple as exercising, meditation, going for a walk, journaling. So all of these are good habits for you to counter this overthinking habit. But what I love to do and what I recommend you guys to do is to also go for like a walk in nature or just a walk in general, because as you're walking you can choose to either think of nothing at all, or you can just choose to think about your project that you're currently dealing with. And it's usually during these walks I get my best ideas for my projects. So it's good, right? Because it's good to always take a step back and not dive too deep, because when you are so deep into the work that you're doing, you are so detailed, so like focused, you are tunnel vision, you can only see what's in front of you. But once you take a step back, you take an aerial view of what you're actually doing, you can quickly see what you're doing wrong, you can quickly see what can be the next actionable steps for your to make more progress for your work. And yeah, that's all I have for today. Quick summary: identify the main point or focal point of the work, understanding and working towards your deadline, and also lastly to keep up your healthy habits, even though you are in like a rush period or you're rushing for your work. And yeah, that's all I have for today. Thank you and have a great day.